When they genuinely love you, they don't want a woman who acts like she's playing games, genuine you. Guys, look, I can't tell you how much I used to play games, how much I used to not be myself with men. And after I went through intense therapy, I couldn't not be myself. And I can't not be myself in relationships now. And it's the best thing I ever learned was to just be myself. And you know, when I find I go back to not being myself is when I feel insecure. So that's insecure Loz. That's bad self-concept Loz who puts on an act, tries to act mysterious, game plays. That's insecurity talking. That's bad self-concept, lack of self-worth talking. When I can be completely myself, I know my self-concept's perfect. Because my concept of myself is, you will love me no matter what. You love me just the way I am. So I can be just the way I am regardless, and that person will love me anyway, right? That is the kind of self-concept thoughts you want to have about yourself. That you could cry, that you could be vulnerable, that you could be in a bad mood, that you could look bad, that you could wake up in the morning with dirty hair, that you could walk around in, your tracky dacks and they'll love you anyway. But a lot of you are putting on an act, and unfortunately, if you're putting on an act for someone, that is actually a massive sign that you have self-concept issues you haven't dealt with, and you're putting on a performance for that person. You're putting on a persona for that person. And what happens when they finally see the real you? You're going to be so afraid to reveal the real you to them that when you finally do, that's when it falls apart. Because your story is, I have to be like this. I have to be mysterious. I have to be the black cat for them to love me. Then one day, when the shit really hits the fan, or a relative dies, or something bad happens to you, or they do something that really triggers you and the real you comes out, guess what will happen? That's when those relationships fall apart, because you've got the assumption, I have to be this certain way for them to love me, and as soon as I'm myself, I'm the real me, they won't. And then they won't, because you're the only person creating that reality. So if you put on any kind of act, you listen to any kind of dating coach bullshit, and you are not being your true authentic self with your person, trust me, you have an assumption that you aren't enough as you are, that you have to be a certain way to impress them. And guess what will happen when you suddenly become yourself in a moment of weakness or triggering or tragedy? You'll lose them, because your assumption is, I have to be different than I am because the way I am is not good. The way I am is not enough. The way I am is not worthy. And that's what's behind all that bullshit that they're teaching you. Great. Sounds great. Sounds like that would really create a really long-lasting marriage.